This phase happens after a spiritual awakening when you really want to reject your path, when you really don't want to accept your path, when you really don't want to accept your soul's purpose, when you just want to go back to the way it was. This phase happens with almost everyone, and I feel like it's not really talked about much on the internet. So I'm going to be really honest and raw with you in this video. Maybe you had your spiritual awakening, you have been into your spiritual work in your growth, which means naturally your sensitivity is increasing. Now, when your sensitivity increases, it doesn't just increase for the positivity, that is, connecting to source, connecting with your intuition, all of that gets easier. But along with that, what also happens is that the chaos that is happening in the world, you feel that also a lot more than before. And that's why there comes a point when you just really want to reject your path. You just don't want to be this awakened spiritual person anymore. You want to go back to that mundane life, and you are maybe in your mind even romanticizing that mundane normal life because you feel alone. You feel alone because the reality is, for majority of us, as of now, in our physical environment, in our vicinity, there are not enough people that we can relate to. If you're someone who's living in an XYZ city, which is not really a hub for spiritual activity or whatever, like let's say you're not in Bali, okay, you're in some other place, and in your local vicinity, in your neighborhood, people just don't resonate with you. The things that you say are not the things that other people say. The things that when you say them, other people just don't understand, they don't relate to you. When you pass by someone in the lobby in your apartment building, you just feel so disconnected. And maybe you're even looking at them and romanticizing, maybe if I just had that normal job and apartment and stuff, oh, it would have been so much better. Now, I'm being very real about this. Okay, there are not many people who are talking about this in their online content, but my intention is for you to really acknowledge the real things that happen, and for you to know that you are not alone in them. Because I know, for me, I have felt really alone in all of these things, even though there have been a few people in my life, thankfully, who talk about these real things. But I'm just telling you in general, when I look at the internet, when I look on social media, all of the spiritual teachers are usually talking about love and light. And no, there is nothing wrong with it. I'm not here to shame the love and light. Love and light is awesome. We all want it. I want it. I embody it. They embody it. We all do it. But it's just a part of the story. That's the problem. The love and light is just a part of the story. And I feel like this other part of the story is something that people don't really talk about enough. And I have felt really, really alone and really, really abnormal and really, really unqualified, by the way, because I thought I am not ready to, impart my spiritual wisdom or whatever. Because look at these people, they are filled with love and light and positivity and affirmations and visualization. I mean, of course I do those things, but that's not the whole part of my story. What about this deep shadowy feelings that I have? What about all this despair, this sorrow, this grief, etc., etc., that I also feel a lot? What about all these raw experiences that I'm having that these other people don't seem to be having? So maybe I'm not spiritual enough. But thankfully, in my life, I have come across some people who are talking about these real raw things as well. And that's why my intention on this challenge since the beginning has been to be real and raw, because I feel that's really missing from the world these days. And I don't want that to be the case in my channel, on my channel, whatever, on my social media. So maybe, yes, you are really at that point where you have awakened, your sensitivity has increased, because that's inevitable when you're on your spiritual journey, and you're really just not able to accept your path forward. There's something inside you that just really wants to go back to that mundane life, because this feels too hard right now. this feels too hard right now because maybe you don't have enough people in your life who can support you in a way that you want to be supported in this phase of life. Maybe you don't have enough people in your life who see you and who see things in a way that you see, who maybe don't talk about all this spirituality, spiritual growth, all these raw emotions, who maybe if you tell them that you're feeling all these deep despair, sorrow, they'll be like, there's something so wrong with you. What is happening with you? Why can't you just come to party with us and whatever? And you start feeling abnormal. But this video is your permission slip to tell yourself that you're absolutely normal. Oh my god, you're more than normal. Excuse me, having a spiritual experience on this human body, something like that saying goes. I don't even know what the saying is. We are spiritual beings having a temporary human experience. Yeah, that's the one. You are a spiritual being having a temporary human experience. Both of them are there. Some people are more into spiritual being aspect, some people are more into the human body aspect, that we are here down on this planet. No matter where you are in your journey, there's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with you if you are going through the dark nights of the soul. There's nothing wrong with you if you're feeling the deep sorrow, grief, or whatever, for yourself or for others. Because excuse me, your sensitivity has increased. Maybe you're even feeling the chaos in the world a lot more than before, and you're just wondering, oh, if only I could go back to my previous life when I honestly didn't even notice if something wasn't happening like in my area, something was happening in the world out there. I didn't even notice. I didn't even bother. I was just happy living my life, because that's the illusion that's being created in front of you, that you feel like you were really happy living that life when you were numb or whatever. You're maybe feeling like you were happy back then when you were actually numb. And maybe you're looking at people who are numb right now, not to shame them, by the way. Everyone is exactly where they need to be in their journey, so not to shame anyone, just a side note. But maybe you are looking at the people who are numb right now and you're romanticizing that, because this work is not easy. It's not for everyone. It's not for the faint hearted. But guess what? If your soul chose to do this work in this lifetime, then you have all the resources and the tools and the capability to walk this path. I was gonna make a video today about something else. I was gonna include journal prompts and stuff like that in that video, and I'm gonna make that video maybe next week or something. But I feel like this is a topic that was just bubbling inside me, and people really need to hear this real truth. And I really just want you to know, if anything from this video, I want you to take away that you are really not alone in feeling this way. If you are maybe even resenting your path right now, if you're not able to accept your path just yet, if you are romanticizing that previous mundane life or whatever. If not someone else, I get it. There's one person at least in this world who truly, really gets this. And you're not alone in feeling this way. You're truly not alone. And it's not just me and you. There's many people who feel this way. Many, many, many. You have no idea how many. It's just that not a lot of people are really talking about all this real raw stuff. Many people are, by the way. There are other people out there who are talking about these things. And those are the people I connect with the most these days, by the way. Since the past few months, I have noticed that the people who talk about the real and raw stuff are the people that I really resonate with. So this is your permission slip to just be where you are. I know how painful it is when people around you don't get you. I get it if you're in an environment that feels really, really not supportive of your current phase of your needs right now. And I want you to know that this will pass. It will pass. There is no other way. There is no other way. So no, this is not a video where I'm telling you to try some journaling prompts or something. Honestly, this is just a video for a heart-to-heart message and nothing more. Because I'm that person who has felt really alone in these aspects in my spiritual journey. I don't want anyone else to. And speaking of the real raw things, if you are really someone who resonated with this video, and you know the condition in the world these days, the things that are going on, the painful events that are happening, if that's taking a toll on you, then I've made another video talking about that topic and what you can do to stay grounded in these times and how you can hold the light during these dark times. Because trust me, you are needed right now. Your light is needed right now. You maybe are not able to believe that, but yes, you are the light worker who is here in this time so that you can help this planet transition into a higher timeline. So you are needed, your light is needed. Make sure to watch that video after this one. I'm going to leave a link to that. You'll see it around this video, and I'll see you in the next video. Let me know in the comments below if this resonated. Sending you so much love. I'll see you next time. Bye.